What's up, viewers and voyeurs? You're with Gothatfunk, and I saw a tag going around originally started by Oh My God It's Chris called Living as an Atheist, and I thought I would stick my oar in for whatever that's worth. Question number one was, were you raised atheist or did you have a religious upbringing of some kind? No, I grew up in a house without a Bible in it. Religion wasn't even something that we casually discussed. There were many years went by before I realized that Christmas had anything to do with Jesus, or Easter had anything to do with Jesus, the second one being an even longer time before I realized. I wasn't raised atheist per se. I mean, my parents expressed no philosophical understandings of reality whatsoever, for or against God. I mean, the only time God was ever mentioned in my house was when someone said, "God damn it." And that's the way I was raised. Religion played no part whatsoever in the way I was raised. Sub-question was I ever drawn to religion at any point in my life? Yeah, sure. I had a girlfriend who was Christian. Her dad was a pastor, and I did have my conversion moment. I believe I've got another video which speaks about that. I'll try and find it and link it in the description below. And it does go on a bit, that video, but it does tell the full story. And religion wasn't something I ever got into too enthusiastically, more or less based upon the problem I have with this existence of God part. I mean, if you don't believe in God, religion can be a pretty hard pill to swallow. Even though when I first was going to church, my pastor told me, don't you worry about believing in God. You just get to know Jesus and he'll show you. Which I just found really ironic. I mean, surely believing in God should be the first step to religious conviction, not the last one. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't raised as an atheist, and I have flirted with religion in the past. I'll get onto that later. Question two, overall, would you say other people's belief in God is a good thing, a bad thing, or something you're indifferent about? Why? I'm more or less indifferent about it in the sense that I don't really think it makes much difference whether someone is religious or not, if they're a good person or not. See, so basically, if someone's religious beliefs improve them as a compassionate person, you know, and make them someone more pleasant to share the planet with, then yeah, great. I'm glad you're religious. And then if the case is the opposite, and someone's religious beliefs or lack of religious beliefs makes them a dick, well, I haven't got much time for those people either. So I find very much that the question of religion doesn't really factor into how I view people. I don't think religious people are stupid. I don't think they're even really that misguided. I kind of understand the reasons for people's beliefs. I just don't share them. Okay, question number three. Have you ever been treated differently by people because you're an atheist? If so, please describe this in detail. I'm afraid there's not much detail to go into. I had plenty of Christian friends in my young adulthood who were all trying to convert me, and they were incredibly condescending. I still get that level of condescension from some of my Christian friends here on the tubes, but pretty much it's not something that living in the UK I ever have to confront. People really don't give a damn about what other people believe in this country. I think that's a general statement which tends to be more true than false about the UK. Question number four, if not a religious person, do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person? Why or why not? Yeah, I got a whole video that talks about my concept of spirituality as an atheist. I'll link that below in the description box, and I'll also try to find a video by my friend Nick, ahuman08, possibly on his spare channel, though. I'll have to find it, but it describes with much more eloquence and presentation than my video about being an atheist and still considering yourself to be a spiritual person. Question number five. For many people, belief in God provides hope or comfort with respect to suffering in the world and to the inevitability of death. As an atheist, how do you come to terms with these things? I don't. I just sort of accept them, and I would put sufferability in with death insofar as both are inevitable. Everything that lives suffers at some point in its existence, and some living things suffer throughout their entire existence. So I think there's no terms to come to. You either accept that and get on with living, or you don't accept it and don't get on with living. You let it torture you for the rest of your life. Coming to terms with something, to me, I don't know, maybe I just don't understand that phrase properly, but It's never confounded me, so I never had to come to terms with it. I just look at it and say, oh, that's how life is then, and get on with the part that matters, the living. Anyway, for what it's worth, that's my input. Thanks to Christina for starting this tag off. I've found some of the ones I've watched quite interesting. And if you haven't been tagged, consider yourself tagged. That's how I got in on it. And thanks all for watching. Until next time, may all your ups and downs be ups.